Okay, we're going to look at this data. I've posted this data for you. It's called Test Data for Stats Frequency, and it's with the 6A and 6B PowerPoints. And we're going to look at the material of some of the things you can do in Excel with the statistics and information. So let's try, first of all, to get this data. This was some data from a test that I had given several semesters ago in a class. And we'd like to look at what some of the things are we could do to evaluate this data. And there are different types of averages, and you've heard of these before. So the three that we're going to look at are going to be mean, median, and mode. And you can look through the PowerPoints to be reminded of what these are, but I think you remember and seeing them in other times. Mean, of course, is an average. Median is the middle, and mode is the one that occurs the most. And the best thing to do to find these three pieces of information is to sort the material, sort the data. This data has already been sorted from highest to lowest, but if it weren't, then we would highlight it and come over here to find the sort and filter. And you could go from largest to smallest to largest, or from largest to smallest. I'm going to change it to go from smallest to largest, just because I know that we're going to need that for later, and one of the things we'll do with the 5-number summary. Now I'm going to be able to find these values for the mean, median, and mode by doing equals. And because mean is an average, if we type in equals average, open the parentheses, and highlight the data, then close the parentheses, it will actually find the average, which says is 78.375. But if I want to find the median, which is the middle, this time we actually get to use the word median. Open the parentheses, highlight the data, and it tells me it's 83.5. Well, let's take a look at that. 83.5. Apparently, the middle of the data would be right between 83 and 84. The PowerPoint shows you what to do if you have an even number of data points, like this one, where the middle is actually between two of the data points, 83 and 84. Or what happens if you look at the median of an odd number of data points, and where the median is actually one of them. So I want you to make sure you've looked at that on the PowerPoints for the 6A material. It's got several good examples of that. And then mode would be the one that occurs the most. And we need to do mode.s. If we don't do just plain mode, make sure you would use the single. But let's just do mode, open the parentheses, highlight the data. And it says 84 is the one that occurs the most. So we'll notice 84 is in here twice. Or if there are any others that are in here twice, we need to take a look to see. Look to see that, let's see, 92 is also in here twice. 96 is in here twice. So what we notice from this is Excel can only find one of those that occurs the most, and we have to type in the rest. So we see that 84 occurred twice, and we look through to see is there anything else that occurred 2 times, and that's why it helps to have the data sorted. And that's where we notice 92 and we notice 96. So we would list the others with it. 92 and 96. So again, Excel can only find one of them, and we have to find the others. If there had been any of them that were in there 3 times or perhaps more, then there would only be one mode. If there was one that was in there more than all the others, there might only be one. So sometimes there's one, sometimes there's more than one, sometimes there's not any. Check the PowerPoint for examples of all of those, and if it doesn't have any, it's called no mode, and you'll want to check to see the examples of when that could occur. In 6B material, one of the things we look at are the way that the data is stretched out. We want to see how far apart is the information, how far apart is the highest and the lowest, how stretched out, how varied is this data. So that's what 6B is about. And one of the things that we would want to find is the range. And we do that by doing the max minus the min. We want to just calculate what's the highest value minus the lowest value. And I can find the range. These grades stretch from 65.5 data points. From 96 to 30.5 is 65.5. Another thing that we like to calculate or like to find out is the 5-number summary. And that consists of 5 numbers. We're interested in the minimum value, the first quartile, which we call Q1, the median, which we've already found, the second upper quartile, which we call Q3, and the max. Now, it seems kind of odd to have Q1 and Q3, but Q2, the middle quartile, this is the middle of the top half, this is the middle of the bottom half, that's why they call it Q1 and Q3. And again, you'll see some examples of this on the PowerPoint for 6B. Well, the minimum, we could ask Excel to help us find the minimum by just saying equals min and ask it to find it. And it found the lowest one. But you can also just look at it. Once you've got it sorted, it's easy to see what the lowest value is. So we could say the max is 96 without asking, or we could have asked it, we could have said equals max and ask Excel to find it. That would be particularly useful if the data points were not sorted. So you can see it's coming out the same. So I'll take care of that. The median we already have, so we can write in up here, we've already calculated that it was 83.5. So we can just type in 83.5, or again, ask Excel to use equals median like we did before. The Q1 and the Q3. Here's where we want to go in. What I like to do is, if the median is at 83.5, and that's halfway between these two numbers, I like to go in and highlight that, the one that's between, underline it. You can see up here I found the spot for underlining. And if I can look at that, that divided the data into 2 equal parts. There's an equal number of data points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The median is always going to divide it into 2 equal portions, especially even if it's odd numbers, the median is that middle number. And now we want to find the middle of the top half for our Q1. So we want to find the middle of this section. So the best way to find a middle is to do median again, but this time notice that when we ask it to find the median, we're only going to highlight the top half. So it'll find the middle of the top half. Now the green triangle tells us it thinks that we forgot. It thinks that we forgot to highlight the whole thing and it's trying to help us out, but we're okay, so it's okay that it puts the green triangle. Equals median for the bottom half. And now we can see how this is spread out. Now Excel will use, or one of the things that we talk about in 6B is to show you how to take this data and look at a box plot. So I want you to be sure and look at the PowerPoint to see what a box plot is and how it takes these 5 numbers and puts them on a graphic so you can see what the graph looks like of these 5 numbers. And then we can also divide these sets up into bins, which we've done before to calculate the bins. And we'll talk some more about that in class. But I wanted you to see how to find the mean, that's equals average. How to find the median, equals median. How to find one of the modes, and then we can find the rest by looking at it ourselves. The range, max minus min. And the 5-number summary, where we've got the min up to the max. We'll find the median of the top half, and of course the median, and the median of the bottom half. So these are the items that you'll need to know how to do in 6A and 6B. One of your assignments is going to be to open this same document, I have it posted for you, and to do these same things. So you can watch this video as many times as you need to so that you can practice finding the mean, median, and mode, all the modes, the range, and the 5-number summary the same way that I did. The PowerPoint also shows how you can use some other features in Excel to get this information, and you're welcome to do that. But this is definitely one of the ways that you can get that data.